Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. I'm Claudia Flisi, a member of the board of the Unitarian Universalist Church here in Reston. Whether you're on Zoom, nice and warm, or here in the church sanctuary having braved the cold, we're glad that you're with us this morning. No matter how old or how young you are, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, however you identify, and whomever you love, know that you're welcome here. You're welcome whether you're attending here in person with the bravery of the cold or online. So those of us who are here in person, let's say hi to those who are watching us on Zoom. Today there are 4 announcements this morning in order of succession. First, join us after the service today for Science Sunday. Even Friend will present a talk on the philosophy of science. He'll be exploring historical developments of science and examining the foundational questions about how science actually operates. Since science is under scrutiny these days, it's probably more important than ever, so I hope you'll be able to join us, grab some coffee, and then come back in. Second, the second session of Faith 250, which is an interfaith initiative marking the 250th anniversary of the United States, will take place this Thursday, February 12th, Lincoln's birthday, at the First Baptist Church in Vienna. In this session, we'll be talking about the Declaration of Independence, which is, as all of us know, a document that has shaped our national culture, and yet, more than ever these days, continues to challenge our moral conscience, its interpretation particularly. There was a notice about this in the e-blast. Please sign up, or email Reverend Aileen to let her know you'll be attending. I can say that I went to the last one, and at my table there was a Muslim, a Baptist, a Mormon, 2 Jews, a Presbyterian, and I was the Unitarian. It was absolutely fantastic, and I really urge you, there's more space, so I really urge you to consider going. It's just a wonderful, gratifying experience. It's great. And Reverend Aileen needs to know by tomorrow, so sign up today. When you go back home, sign up. Third, our monthly potluck and game night is next Friday, February 20th, from 6 to 9 p.m. Everyone is welcome, and please bring friends, not only friends from the church, but even more specifically, friends from outside the church so they can get to know us. It's a way to outreach to the community, so please consider doing that. And lastly, as we look toward our future, the board is also taking a look at our past. In 1989, the Berlin Wall came down, as you know. Batman was the #1 movie. It was the Michael Keaton Batman, not the ones that happened later. And our church signed a deed of easement and agreement with the Reston Association. Unlike Batman, that has not been revised since. So while we all love a good 80s throwback, our legal documents should not be an 80s throwback. We're officially looking for someone to help us modernize this agreement, and we're looking specifically for legal minds, that is lawyers, official lawyers, within our community to help. So if you or anyone you know may be willing to help, to volunteer, to bring this into the 21st century, please see UU President Mike Schmitt. Mike, can you stand?
I'm over here.
Okay. Yes, well, he's very tall, so you can see him.
Also, one clarification in that, as far as I know, most of the work has been completed. We just need someone lawyery to maybe review it for us.
Right. Yeah, it's not revising the whole thing. It's just
one or
right.
knows one.
Right, exactly. Or if you can find Mike, although he's pretty tall, so you can probably find him. Sabrina, Sabrina, talk to Sabrina as well. Kind of a contrast in heights, but you can find her. She sings, so, well, actually, so does Mike. talk to one of them, and if you know someone or if you are someone who can help, it's just to take a quick look at what we've revised so far so that we can get this moving and bring our easement situation into sync with the law. Now, let's center ourselves for worship. Please take a moment to silence, if you haven't already, or turn off your electronic devices. Please take some quieting breaths with me. Let's enter our time of worship together as we enjoy this morning's really special prelude.
Thank you to the bell ringers. Good morning and welcome. I'm Reverend Aileen Fitzke, and it is my honor to serve this congregation as its minister. Our opening words this morning are by Sarah Aileen Lawal. Spirit of life and love, in this time of uncertainty, of fear and angst, our nation holds its collective breath. In this time when rhetoric blusters about and words are used as weapons, our nation clenches its fists, tightens its shoulders, eyes squeezed shut. Some are preparing for a fight. May we remember we are people of resilience. We have faced uncertainty before. We have weathered storms. We have been consumed by flames. We have risen like a phoenix from the ashes, and we will again. We, the people, may we remember our shared humanity, our universal kinship, our interdependence. As we unclench our fists and breathe together, breathing in love and breathing out peace, may we recognize the spark of the divine inside all of us, even those we are not quite sure about. In this time of uncertainty, we remember good will go on. As we work to move forward together, we the people, seeking that which unites us, with our arms reaching out wide for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. May love prevail in the name of all that is holy. Amen.
Good morning. Our opening hymn today is not in our hymnal. It's a song by Abby Bettini's called Resilient. And so I believe there is going to be a slide which will appear up here for you with the words on it. The words are also on the back of your order of service. Hopefully that will come in just a moment. So the choir is going to help us out here, and it's a powerful, beautiful song that's easy to learn really quickly. So we're going to sing it for you once, and then you can join in with us. Help me out. Sounds like this.
Resilience, we are strong, shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience, make a new plan, stand up again and say, yes, we can. Resilience, we are strong, shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience, make a new plan, stand up again and say, yes, we can. Resilience, we are strong, shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience, make a new plan, stand up again and say, yes, we can.
That's it. Awesome. Are you getting the idea? So now this is wonderful. We have the words up here on the screen, so you don't need to have your hands busy with the paper. And we can just add a few add a few hand motions if you would like to do that with me. So we can just make this gesture for resilience. We are strong. And then we're going to kind of do this as we walk along, and you'll see. Okay. The choir won't be doing the hand motions because they're cheating. They have their folders. Okay. Here we go. So join in with me. Oh, you are just singing part one. Okay? We're just singing part one. Okay, here we go. Ready? And resilience. We are strong.
Shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience, make a new plan, stand up again and say, yes, we can.
inspired and courageous and you want to join in with the other part, feel free. But otherwise, just keep singing part 1. Okay. The other part is going to be sung by our sopranos over here, part 2, and it goes like this. Are you ready, ladies? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, oh, we are strong. Hold on. We're gonna make it, I know we will. Yes, it's hard to keep going, but it's worth to stand still. Oh, oh, we are strong. Hold on. We're gonna make it, and I know we will. Yes, it's hard to keep going, but it's worth to stand still. That's part 2. Okay, so, in the interest of time, we're going to go ahead and perform the song together with you. If you would like to join in with part 2, feel free. Otherwise, we're just going to keep singing part 1 over and over again. And at the very, very end, I'll make this wrap-up motion. The song will be over, and we're all going to sing together. Resilience. That's the end. Okay. Are you ready? Here we go. Would you like to rise as you are willing or able and join us in singing Resilience? One, two, three. Resilience. We are strong. Shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience. Make a new plan. Stand up again and say, yes, we can. Resilience. We are strong. Shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience. Make a new plan. Stand up again and say, yes, we can. Resilience. We are strong. Shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience. Make a new plan. Stand up again and say, yes, we can. Resilience. We are strong. Shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience. Make a new plan. Stand up again and say, yes. One more time. Resilience. We are strong. Shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience. Make a new plan. Stand up again and say, yes, we can. Resilience.
What music to follow. Good morning, I'm Laura Dutton. I'll be your worship associate, and we're welcoming the lovely Miss Fiona to assist. Now, today's chalice writing is from Dr. Rebecca Savage. It's titled, To Embody Resilience with Every Breath. And excuse me just a moment. All that hand waving blew out our candle. Well, oh, okay. You have the hard job. We're just going to do that. Isn't it a good thing I have a good assistant? There we go. Okay, let's just do this. Well, we have to light that one first. Light it from there.
Okay, that's not working.
There's a lot of wood in here. You know, we're showing a little resistance right now, aren't we? There's a lot of candlesticks in there. I'm okay. We're just going to take a look. You got it. We've got it. A
We
little
can use
resilience.
this one.
We're going to use this one.
And
Here
then
you
move
go.
it back when we need it.
Thank you, Lesley. Yay. How perfect is life? I could not think of a better person up here. Thank you so much, Fiona. Or you can stay with me. Thank you. All right, so here we go. This is titled To Embody Resilience with Every Breath, which I think we've just done. Welcome to this sacred space. Welcome to worship. Welcome to you who are joyful and excited on this day. Welcome to you who are worried and in need of rest. Welcome to you who are seeking deeper meaning and purpose in the infinite expanse of life. Today we come with full hearts and open spirits to be open to the possibility that what we receive here will inspire us, to mend up our tender parts, nourish our waning spirits, and give us enough wisdom and energy to embody resilience with every breath. Let us worship together.
Here at UUCR, we have a custom where we sing our covenant with each other every Sunday morning. Love is the spirit of this church. We remain seated to sing our covenant together. If you are here this morning for the very first time, we invite you to accept this song as our blessing to you.
It's now the time in our service when we share our joys and concerns so that no one ever has to hold them alone. If you are joining us remotely this morning, you may wish to light a real or virtual candle wherever you are to mark what is in your heart. As members of the in-person congregation place their stones in the water here in the sanctuary. If those of you at home would like to share what is on your heart today in the congregational chat on the screen, please write to all attendees, and please remember that what you share will be public. Those at home may then read others' joys and concerns in the chat and enter into your own time of reflection and prayer. And I invite now all those in service, in person, to come forward and place your stones in the water. that so faithfully animates our creation. We are grateful for this community that is with us in times of both joy and sorrow. We hold in our hearts this morning all who are facing any hardship or difficulty, those who are grieving or facing illness or injury to themselves, their friends, or their loved ones. In particular this morning, we hold in our hearts and prayers the people of Minneapolis still fighting the good fight, still making good trouble. For them, we light this candle. Let us take a moment of silence.
The second Sunday of each month is our dedicated offering to an organization that's been chosen by the Social Justice and Action Committee. All of today's offerings, except for those that are marked as pledge payments, which hopefully would be clearly marked, will go to FISH, the Herndon Reston Free, Instant, Sympathetic Help. Great acronym. FISH is a non-sectarian, nonprofit organization offering help to Herndon and Reston residents who are experiencing short-term financial crisis. The work is performed by a small paid staff, but mostly volunteers. Every year, FISH helps thousands of predominantly low-income families and individuals in all demographic categories by providing assistance for rent, utilities, medical items, prescriptions, household items, and all these sorts of short-term emergency items that come up more frequently these days in the course of daily life. You can make your donation at the link in the chat and on your order of service by entering your donation into the Charity of the Month donation box on the online form. Or you can write a check to UUCR, noting FISH, it's pretty easy, and put it in the basket, or mail it to the church. And of course, if you put cash in the basket today, it will go to FISH unless it's otherwise designated as a pledge payment. Thanks for your generous support of this important community resource.
Thank you, choir. That was really great. In the mid-19th century, the term pulling oneself up by your own bootstraps became a way of describing ludicrous impossibilities. Another saying was wheeling yourself in your own wheelbarrow. But as the century wore on, the meaning of the expression changed, and by the early 20th century, it came to mean self-reliance. With strength, perseverance, and grit, people hoping to succeed would be able to do the impossible. The phrase played into the idea of the rugged individualist, who, without the help of others and doing everything for themselves, could succeed despite incredible odds. The robber barons of the late 19th and early 20th centuries were described as such, even though many of them were not self-made, but started life with inherited wealth. And the labor that they employed, often under horrendous conditions, were the ones who provided their wealth. Personal resilience has become a catchphrase to describe people overcoming great odds. We are given a whole host of people, from Malala, Nelson Mandela, Rosa Parks, individuals surviving great natural disasters and rebuilding from scratch. They are the ones highlighted and given to us as examples of resilience. People have done amazing things. And we feel sometimes, if we cannot pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps, that we are failures. Other people have done it. Why can't we? The problem is that individual resilience is rarely individual. That narrative or myth that is built into the American story of the highly individual idea of success by self-sufficiency and strength undermines those things that actually promote resilience, including asking for help when you need it. Writes Soraya Chemaly in her book, The Resilience Myth, the so-called resilience values of strength and self-sufficiency continue to undermine care-oriented policies. They are the driving force in growing political polarization. Precarity, insecurity, and fear, all assured by toxic individualism as the basis for policymaking, are anti-resilient by any measure. They can cause stress, reduce cognitive flexibility, distort risk assessment, and threaten mental, physical, and political security. All of those people who are held up as exemplars of resilience did not do those things by themselves, despite the narrative that they did so. All of them had familial, communal, and often global support for their causes. The single most important thing required for individual resilience is that at least one other person supports and believes in you. Feeling safe and cared for fosters more social trust, which is integral to resilience. In her book, A Paradise Built in Hell, Rebecca Solnit chronicles the communities of aid that spontaneously form in times of natural or other disasters. Looking at the communal response to events ranging from the earthquake of 1906 through Hurricane Katrina, she asks, why does it take a disaster for the strength of human compassion and possibility to flourish? During the pandemic, I took a lot of online classes and workshops. In one of these, and I don't even remember what the class was about, but I do remember finding myself in a breakout group with another woman who inspired me. She realized that because some of her neighbors were not able to afford food during the pandemic, she created a garden in her small lot, to which she opened to the rest of the community. She also dragged a heavy-duty extension cord outside and put up a large chest freezer by her fence filled with more perishable food for people to take. We spent most of the conversation talking about how it would be great if more people did these kinds of things. It turns out that during the pandemic, people all over the world were doing these sorts of things. In Brooklyn, little free pantries filled with all sorts of necessities started popping up all over the place. There were mutual online fundraisers for all manner of people who found themselves out of work because of the pandemic. In her book, Bootstrapped, Alyssa Quart wrote of the mutual aid groups during the pandemic in her area. There were mutual aid online fundraisers for sex workers. Herbalists created and gave out care kits full of free healing tinctures. People brought other people's pets kibble. Some even walked other people's dogs if the owner was ill or unable to do so. All these actions were described by a single catchphrase: mutual aid. Natural and health disasters are not the only examples of where mutual aid and community support spontaneously arises. They also arise in response to organizing around movements for social justice. During the labor movements of the late 19th and earliest 20th centuries, it was the mutual aid of union families and friends that made sustained strikes possible. People prepared meals, watched each other's children. And when unions became more secure, union organizations created banks and housing, health insurance, and community education programs so that union members had support not only of salary, but of all the other resources that enabled their members not only to survive, but to thrive. Probably one of the best known examples of mutual aid comes from the civil rights movement. The Montgomery bus boycott, initiated by Rosa Parks, could not have been so successful if it weren't for the multiple networks of mutual aid set up in order for it to be successful. People who had cars set up carpools. Black taxi drivers lowered their fees for black riders. People walked, rode bikes and scooters. Networks of food delivery and fundraising developed, so the Black community could survive and continue their lives during the boycott. It was wildly successful, the result of which was that segregated buses were deemed unconstitutional. In our own time right now, people are banding together to fight the occupation of Minnesota by federal officers. What the administration was hoping for was that people would be too threatened and afraid to help others, that the show of domination and violence would prevent people from protecting their neighbors because they could not imagine someone doing something that was not in their own self-interest. They could not imagine the sacrifices, including death, that people would risk for their neighbors, even though they did not know them. They could not imagine the networks of people who would train to be constitutional observers. The number of trained constitutional observers raised from the double digits to the thousands during the Minnesota occupation. They thought that threats and violence would keep people frightened and in their homes. There is this saying, they tried to bury us, but they forgot we were seeds. The more that ICE threatened, the more people came out. The more people got involved, not less. Not only did people take to the streets, they collect and distributed hygiene essentials and food for those neighbors who were afraid to leave their homes. And they did it all the while knowing that while they were placing themselves in harm's way. And they did and are still doing it every day. They are doing something that disrupts the expectations of what the powers that be thought might happen. They are an example to all of what it means to practice resistance and to embody resilience in the most concrete of ways. I've been thinking of a particular passage from the New Testament a lot lately, Matthew 25, 34 through 40. It just keeps playing in my mind. And then he will say to all those at his right hand, "Come, you who are blessed by God, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For when I was hungry, you gave me food. When I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. When I was a stranger, you welcomed me. When I was sick, you took care of me, and when I was in prison, you visited me. Then the righteous will answer, when was it that we saw you hungry and gave you food, or thirsty and gave you something to drink? And when was it when we saw you a stranger and welcomed you, or naked and gave you clothing? And when was it we saw you sick or in prison and visited you? And then he will say to them, truly I tell you, just as you did this for the least of my people, you did it for me. I'm going to quote Martin Luther King again because this is my favorite MLK quote. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Both the New Testament quote and the MLK quote remind us of our interconnectedness, that not just what we say, but also how we act has ripples throughout the larger community and the world. There is this political philosopher at Harvard, Michael Sandel. Maybe some of you remember him from his widely distributed series called Justice. But he wrote this book after that series called What Money Can't Buy. In it, he makes an interesting claim. He wrote, we have gone from having a market economy to becoming a market society, by which he meant that everything in our society, including ethics, has become for sale. Everything is based on how to profit from the things that were not, in the past, part of the market economy. But as people are continually showing up and enacting actions of kindness, we realize there are other possibilities. There is this concept I found in the book Black Pentecostal Breath, written by Ashton Crawley. It's the concept of otherwise possibilities. He writes otherwise as a word, otherwise possibilities as a phrase, announces the fact of infinite alternatives to what is. And what is about being, about existence. But if infinite alternatives exist, if otherwise possibility is a resource that is never exhausted, what exists is but one of many different possibilities. When we look for and enact otherwise possibilities, we disrupt and change what is expected. And in doing so, we create otherwise possibilities. We were never meant to pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps. It was a joke, an absurd impossibility that we concretized into an absurd virtue. All over the place, people are showing us what it is like to embody resilience collectively, to work toward a common purpose so that all people are safe and secure, so that all people have what they need to live. All these movements and people are showing us otherwise. May we be open to the possibilities. The truth is, we need each other. Amen, and blessed be.
Our closing hymn is We Will Rise Together. Also, not a hymn that is in our hymnal, but we have done this one before. The words will be up here on the screen. They're also on the back of your order of service. We might add a few verses. I will be suggesting the words as we go along. It's one of those zipper songs where we can just substitute one word for a different word. So please rise in body or spirit and join us in singing, We Will Rise. rise together, you and I. Rise together, hand in hand. Come on, we will rise together, head held high. We will reach the promised land. Come, my friend, I see a brighter day, where freedom reigns for everyone. Come along and we will find the way to justice, rising like the sun. We will work. We will work together, you and I. Work together, hand in hand. Come on, we will work together, heads held high. We will reach the promised land. Come, my friend, I see a brighter day, where freedom reigns for everyone. Come along and we will find the way to justice, rising like the sun. We will sing. We will sing together, you and I. Sing together, hand in hand. Come on, we will sing together, heads held high. We will reach the promised land. Come, my friend, I see a brighter day, where freedom reigns for everyone. Come along and we will find the way to justice, rising like the sun. Let's do We Will Love. We will love together, you and I. Love together, hand in hand. Come on, we will love together, heads held high. We will reach the promised land. Come, my friend, I see a brighter day, where freedom reigns for everyone. Come along and we will find the way to justice, rising like the sun. Let's do one more time. We will rise. We will rise together, you and I. Rise together, hand in hand. Come on, we will rise together, heads held high. We will reach the promised land. Come, my friend, I see a brighter day, where freedom reigns for everyone. Come along and we will find the way to justice, rising like the sun. Repeat that line. To justice, rising like the sun.
Our benediction this morning is by Michelle Collins. We have gathered in the sacred act of continuing. Resilience is not triumph. Instead, it is tending and returning. As we leave, may we carry the truth that even quiet endurance is holy work. When the world presses, may we root deeper. When it softens, may we rise again.
Let's see if we can have a little less excitement. Thank you. I needed that help. The chalice is now extinguished, but its light lives on in the minds and hearts and souls of each one of you. Carry that flame with you as you leave this place and share it with those you know, with those you love, and most especially with those you have yet to meet.
Postlude today, we're going to reprise the song we sang earlier, 1 Million Voices, and I just feel inspired. This is a very impromptu idea, but to get you all involved. So as we get near the end of the song, I'm going to turn around and invite you to stand up and join us in singing the words 100, 1,000, 1 million voices. And we're going to just practice that really quickly with you. Can we have a D? It goes like this. 100, 1,000, 1 million voices. 100, 1,000, 1 million voices. 100, 1,000, 1 million voices. So I will turn around and raise my hands like this, and you're going to stand up and join us, okay?